enough, this week or this time was kind of different because I had absolutely no idea what to talk about. So the more and more I searched, the more and more I pressed my mind, the more and more I became frustrated. So I know that today is Domestic Violence Month, and I also know that I wanted to celebrate women because this is my month, and I can celebrate who I feel like celebrating. And even though I'm reaching a milestone or going over a milestone of 51. I still became stuck on exactly what needed to happen. So, 2 full weeks, trying to come up with ideas, trying to figure out, what I wanted to talk about. What I recognized about myself many moons ago that the more that I try to do something, the worse I felt and the worse things came out. So, what I decided was to practice the thing that I, sometimes live my life by of doing nothing and not forcing anything. So that realization brought me back to my spiritual journey that started over 25 years ago. And I've learned that when I know that I should be doing something or that I know that something needs to be offered to the world, the more and more I allow myself to think about it and focus on it, I know that God speaks to me and my spirit speaks to me, and doing nothing is the greatest thing that I can do. So that's exactly what happened with the show today. So despite scheduling my guests like what full 2 months ago, I had no idea of what I wanted to talk about, and so I decided to step back and let God do His thing and let my spirit move me forward. And it came into a beautiful, I believe it's beautiful, beautiful thing. So it's also, I'm gonna be real honest with you. It's also connected to my enjoyment of women and my enjoyment of appreciating what women have to offer to the world, despite all the things that us men say about women and do to women. So this individual I've been knowing over about 20 years ago. So oddly enough, I met her when I was just starting out my journey into the world. I had just stopped becoming homeless, and I had a nice little apartment right there in Warrensville. What is it called? Country Lane. I think it was Country Lane. And I think I actually met her son first, who I also think is his birth month. Is that right? November. He's a Scorpio, though, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. And so I believe I met her son first. And then from meeting her son, my wife and I, Joy, I think this was early in our relationship before we actually was married. She invited us over to have some dinner. And ever since then, she has been a part of my life and she has been an enjoy. And for those that were listening, what is that? What month is this? October, September, August. So if you were listening in August and I had the archetypes and who, women were or how I viewed them in my life, she would be termed as the wise mother. She's also someone who is very spiritually driven, very connected to things and she has taught me some amazing things. And periodically, she'll send me some funny IG stuff, and I just roll through it. But I would, without further ado, like to introduce the one and only Barbara Boyd, and we're going to also bring in who came in on the whirlwind. We're gonna go ahead and bring in the co-host. So Shadae. So we're gonna go ahead and open up these lines. What's going on?
Hi,
so so if anyone is watching us on YouTube, what you'll see is Barbara. She's doing that thing she do. She's running away from the mic. So what I want you to do is come forward. You got to come forward just a little bit. Give the people what they want. So I would like to welcome you guys to the show. Shade, you already know how it go. How you been?
Oh,
Okay, you talking low too.
yeah.
What
God
is
is
it?
alive and well. It's a new day on this side of the ground. I am not going to complain about a thing. It wouldn't
Okay.
be worth it if I did.
Okay. So what? So I had to adjust your camera.
Oh, did you? Because it
Yeah.
was like my face. I saw it. I was like,
You
wow,
you
that's
had all
what's
that
up.
going on.
Yeah, that was really. I was like, it's okay.
That's
Hopefully,
okay.
it was okay.
I,
Hopefully,
I had
everything
you. I
okay.
had you covered.
Okay, good.
So I would like to bring in Barbara. How you doing?
I'm good.
I don't even think I've ever called you that.
No,
Your
you
full name.
haven't.
Your full name. I've never
Barbara
called.
Boyd.
Yeah, I've never done that
And I can't even remember you calling me by my name.
at all. In
No,
20 years of knowing
I
each
don't know
other,
how do you talk to someone and you don't
no
call them
clue.
by their name?
Never. I've never.
I can't I can't even remember.
Not once. But
Wow.
how you doing today?
I'm fantastic
Thank you. Well,
and
welcome in.
surviving this process.
So everybody that's listening, this is her first time being on the radio. So she allowed herself to be a part of this show, and yeah, that's all I got.
Hmm.
So what do you want to say?
In a minute, I'll be myself.
You'll be how
Yeah,
long does it take?
it just happened
It just happens
when I said,
when you ready.
yeah, when I said that.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Shade, how you doing this month? How did September do you?
Oh
And
wow,
the closing of
September.
September, how did it do you?
Oh, it did me dirty.
It did.
Um,
Okay.
but and I think in a healthy way. I
All
think
right.
that anytime you can get to truth, things are gonna always be well. So
Okay. Okay.
that's where I reside. As long as we got to the true end of what things were supposed to be and what they are, I think everything will be okay.
You sure?
Absolutely.
It's always gonna be okay. No matter what. That's how.
Absolutely. That's
That's
the
how it
moral of the
works.
story. That's how it works.
So October is my birth month, and as I do, actually, both of y'all for some reason, I gravitated towards Scorpio. You told me this, that, and she told me that.
Hmm.
Isn't that about right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Well,
we all here
I'm
together.
I'm an Aries,
Yeah,
so
Oh yeah,
at
so that
one,
Mars energy.
yeah,
yeah, that's why we
that
all here
and
together.
at one point, I believe that um Aries and Scorpio had the same,
Same
was ruled
thing.
by the same sign
See, there
at
you
some
go.
point.
So
Yeah,
that's
because
why
they're
we
both ruled
always
by
together.
Mars.
Say
Yeah.
it. Say it again.
That it's both ruled by Mars. That determination, passion, focus, drive, ambition,
All that.
that manifestation of what it feels like to produce real energy. So yeah.
So if y'all can figure it out, I'm gonna step out the way and allow just the energy in the room just to take over. Why you look like that?
Um,
The
Go
energy in the
ahead.
room just to take over.
Aries again. You
Yeah.
said take over, but I'm an Aries that I don't like to lead.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
gonna we gonna do.
I
I think
get
we'll
it.
be all right. I
Yeah.
think we'll be all
Yeah.
right.
Okay,
Just
go
as
ahead.
long
Yeah.
as we flow like we normally do and
Yeah.
just roll
That's
out.
good.
So just like we do around this time, we have to celebrate and break up and allow ourselves just to get out in this last days of fall.
Hmm.
And we do a Wednesday midday mix. And so what that does is you get up, you enjoy yourself. You don't have to dance, but I dance on the inside. And every now and again, Sade
Hmm.
dance. And our two listeners that we have, they tend to dance too. All right. So we're gonna have our midday mix, and on the other side, we're gonna come and enjoy ourselves. We're gonna release a little bit of energy. This is Unapologetic, and I'll see you on the end of the mix. Welcome back, Unapologetic. I would like to thank everybody that's listening. Hopefully, I'm back next week, so we'll be all right. So as I said, we have our regular co-host that is Sade. How you doing, Sade?
I'm good. I'm better now.
You better not.
I'm not sit comfy now.
You gonna bring the mic to you?
A little bit.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
And
here.
then we got Barbara Boyd. She is one of my longest associates, longest friend. She has
Hmm.
always been there to guide me and teach me. So let's start off on the back, off the top, I should say. When you and I talk a lot about your spiritual journey and how you got here, but a lot of what I hear are things that you have passed down to your kids because, like I said, I know at least two of your kids well. So B and then Michelle.
Michelle. You have to say
Michelle.
Michelle.
Michelle, I got
She'll
to
be
say it
upset.
right. And so Michelle is also a
Michelle, my belle. That's how
mental
you do
health
it.
provider. So, and I know that you do a lot of work with her, and you do a lot of work just on the side. What I really enjoyed was your spiritual connection to hair, and one of the first stories that you told me was about the dreadlock story and how you go through cutting off someone else's dreadlocks. When do you remember that story?
um, I remember. No, I don't remember
No.
that story, but I know what you're talking about. So if you
Okay.
wanted me to elaborate, then yeah.
You want go ahead and elaborate.
Okay. Where do you want me to?
So
Where do you want me to start?
when you
Because I would
started,
like to say one thing so that they'll understand where I am.
so what I want you to do is just flow any way that you want,
Okay.
and
Flow
what I
soothing.
want, yeah, what I want you to do is flow. And what you told me was when individuals have their dreadlocks and you go through the process of cutting their dreadlocks, you have a way of cutting their dreads as well as, explaining to your customers if they already don't know the significance of hair and how it works. Can you talk about the
Ye-
significance of hair?
yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. First of all, I want to say I am a licensed cosmetologist,
Mhm.
and somewhere in maybe about 5, 10 years in, I realized that the chemicals out there in the environment that were triggering migraine headaches that I've had since I was like 12 years old. So I had to figure out what to do. And so serendipitously, I end up doing locking my hair, and then everybody else wanted to lock their hair. And that was in the early 90s. And that wasn't popular in Cleveland.
Right.
More it was the Rastas who had locks.
Right.
And I did all my research. I read this book, The Rastafarians. Sometimes the Rastafarians will come into JCPenney's and ask me what I was doing and why.
Okay.
Because they were concerned that I was commercializing it.
Why JCPenney's?
Because I was working at JCPenney's.
Gotcha. Okay, I was making sure I understood.
So,
like you in there shopping, somebody just stopped you. Okay.
It was a good clarification.
Yeah,
But I used to get my hair done in JCPenney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then I explained to them that, yes, I have read the book. I understand your belief system. I'm not a Rasta. However, this is the closest thing that I can get to being natural. And from that, there are different things that I've learned.
Yeah.
So I also want to say that I am certified in natural health. I went more toward that because of the migraines. So what I have found, like in cosmetology school, they teach you that hair is dead. I don't believe the hair is dead. I believe that once it disconnects from the body, then it's dead. Hair is connected to every nerve in the body. So every strand of hair that you have on your head is connected to a nerve. And every nerve is running through an organ, and every organ has an emotion. Say, for instance, the kidneys. Kidney is fear. So if I'm looking at a client and I'm seeing on their face, now it's not, you don't learn this in cosmetology school.
Right. No, I was also licensed, so I know that they don't teach this.
Yeah. So I can see if you got areas here, this is a lung issue. I can see if you have pimples on your around your nose, then I know that's a heart issue. And this is your kidney, your liver, and your thyroid. So I'm looking at all of that,
right?
And I'm looking at the scalp. So now, hair is actually an antenna, and there's a erectile pillar muscle. So if there's charged particles in the air, it could be charged with fear. It could be charged with death, someone grieving. It could be charged with anger. And so what's going to happen is this erectile pillar muscle is going to connect to these charged particles, and the hair is going to stand up. Now, more so on your body,
right?
But you may feel tingling in your scalp as well.
So the idea of hair, once you cut it off, what is the thing that you tell people when they go to cut off their locks, or when they decide to cut off their locks?
Okay, so given that all of this that I just explained is what's going on, you actually it's a feeling that's connected. So when a person cuts their hair off, their locks off, first I ask them, do you want to just cut it off and we throw it in garbage? That's, are you okay with that? Do you want your hair? Some people want their hair. And by the way, hair is filled with nitrogen. So if you wanted to keep your hair and you wanted to put it in your garden, then that's going to feed nitrogen and it's going to last a very long time.
Right. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
And then I suggest you don't want to make a doll out of it. You don't want to make a doll out of your hair. You don't want to give your DNA to somebody else's. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The baby might throw the doll across the room and then you might get headache.
Yeah.
Or somebody might sell your DNA to somebody else who happens to be a criminal, and you might have a little, fingerprints. Yeah. And then they murder somebody, and then your hair falls out. Now you weren't even there.
You weren't even there.
So
no,
it's
this is where.
But I'm get to your point.
No, I got you.
I put a little humor in there.
If y'all know, this is how we talk when we get together. She goes all these different places.
Yeah,
so hopefully,
that's a little quirk I got.
Yeah.
So it's a serious thing. I've had clients have told me, one client, their wife helped them cut his locks off in the shower, and he just like out of body experience. So I'm asking, do you want, now this is unorthodox, but do you want a ritual? So I'm also, I don't do Reiki all the time, but anytime you're touching someone, it's a form of Reiki.
Right.
So, and usually when I'm working, nobody in any situation, the salon is a private area, so I don't have anybody in the room with me while I'm working. However, it'll be times when I'll say, do you need a friend? And then when I'm in a process of cutting, I'm asking them to think about why you cut your locks, why you started your locks in the first place, and why is it time now to let them go?
Right. So it's a process. And what's interesting, like I said, your son, he does a lot of imagery, right? So he does that. Your daughter is in mental health. This idea of spirit is constantly, through the people that you know. And for whatever reason, we connected. And so the same thing, the idea of spirit is connected in most of the people that I come in contact with, mostly women. So when I hear you talk about Reiki, I look over at Shadae, because Shadae she does Reiki as well as doing a lot. So it was interesting, this concept of spirit and how it works. You both are cosmetologists, which
I haven't
are
been licensed since
licensed
2011.
cosmetologists.
I let it go. I started touching people. That ain't my jam.
And that's the thing. When
This
you're
is
touching someone, when
Mhm.
you're touching someone, you are exchanging energy, or another
Correct.
way of exchanging spirit. When you are working with someone, Shadae, what you've told me is you've recognized how much this person is connected to you and how much you need to offer that. So how do you avoid being self-sacrificing while attempting to help someone that you enjoy?
Oh, well, you have to learn how to spiritually protect oneself. And also you have to know your own personal boundaries. So I had to recognize that I actually operate stronger with space and distance. I'm not stronger one-on-one. I'm not stronger touching you. You can actually feel me much stronger at a distance than if I was to actually put my hands on you. That would actually draw the disconnection sometimes, because um our flesh and our nervous system has its own barriers when the psyche and the spirit doesn't. So when sometimes at a distance, you're actually more open because you don't feel that the person is invasive. So mentally, kind of guards are down.
Right.
So for me to learn how to separate the two, I had to honor the fact that covering me was significant, recognizing me was significant, grounding me was significant, and not personalizing the experience, but knowing that you're a witness to someone's experience.
Yeah.
So removing yourself from it, like allow yourself to be the observer.
Yeah. I think what's interesting in this day and age, we've been talking about how the male and female relationships are. And what I want to bounce over to you as people that are, as Barbara, as an individual who's as a giver, how do you know when to stop giving to someone or something that you recognize that are in need of you, but is not utilizing you in the way that they need to, or that in the way that you would like to give?
Are we talking about relationships or friendships or any kind of?
Well, all of it, actually,
Okay.
because it's all relationship to me.
Okay. And can I also
Sure.
include, kind of piggyback off of?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll kind of, you asked me a question.
I know.
Can I
Go
address it
ahead.
first? Okay.
Go ahead.
And okay. So most of my clients I've had over 28 years. I've had some for a little over 30 years. So they're older and we're aging together. So a couple of things that I have realized as I'm aging as well is that definitely you have to be grounded. I'm aware that, especially with women, and older women, I may have been the only person that has touched them. And if it's 1 month, I have people only see me 1 month, then I know I'm the only one that has touched them. And so I don't take it as my responsibility,
Mhm.
but it's just the way that I am.
Yeah.
So I will tell anybody, I'm not a phenomenal stylist. I'm a caregiver. And in my generation, I'm gonna have to tell my age because I'm a little bit proud of how old I am,
I know that's
considering
Yeah.
how healthy I am.
Yeah.
I will be 70 March 31st.
And everybody can see her
Yeah.
at Black Don't Crack.
So
that is
yes,
amazing.
and I have 5 kids. Hello, kids.
Okay,
And 13 grandkids.
that's beautiful.
So,
March 31st, you said. Okay.
The baby.
Yeah.
The baby of the air.
Yeah.
So
that's phenomenal.
I'm aware as a woman
Mhm.
that, and from my generation, when you went into the beauty salons and the beauty salons and the barbershops were our watering holes.
Yes.
And so now it's this separation. Many have lofts, and my space is such that it is because it's in a 2-family, and I'm on the first level. So it's like you walk into my home.
You walk, yes.
It's like a home. And then the rooms are divided. So there's a lot of intimacy, there's a lot of privacy. So my body, it just, usually when someone is not for you, I would have heard it over the phone.
What is this? What does that sound? I
You-
know. I'm asking. It's for the listeners. I'm just.
I know. No. I know. It's like,
I know.
Well, what it is. See, and that's why I believe in, you call me.
Yes. I call you.
No.
Oh.
The client calls me the first time. You call me. Then after we establish a relationship, you can text me. But first time I'm hearing your voice. I'm not going to reject you because I'm sensing something, because it could have been something that's happening that day.
Yeah.
So, and then usually it proves to be a few months later to be the case. It's not a good fit. And so you'll hear it, as well as I like for a client to call me, because I can tell they're going to need a little bit more support. So for me, it's not just all about business. And I feel like anytime you're in a position where you're doing work where you're touching people, you're going to have a client. That's why I have clients for over 28 years. And so if they get beyond that point and we're actually, we're working and over time, then it'll be something that they will do that will let you know it's not a good fit. And if it's not a good fit, there is no hesitation on my part to let them know this is not a good fit for us.
I got a question.
And your question too afterwards, but go ahead.
No, what's interesting is we have three different I guess generations in this room. And in those 3 different generations, what we're seeing as time going on is less intimate contact with anyone. And what's interesting, that goes along with that, you as an individual are saying, hey, I can see someone at a distance. I can deal with someone at a distance. And dealing with that person at a distance, I am comfortable. What does it look like for you as a millennial who started this distance things in connection? What is it like for you to have that actual closeness in the same room? Is it overwhelming?
Once I leave, yes. In the moment, no.
Yeah.
So my energy is very residual. So it's like I have to see how I feel after the interaction. Because in the moment, I'm probably not going to be extremely overwhelmed unless I'm in a crowded room.
Okay.
But once I leave it, I can see how your energy actually affected me in that time and space.
And that's how you work. So you want to go back to the original question or no? Back to what I was saying, as it relates to in relationship and dealing with.
Could you ask me again so I can understand?
So let's look at it from a different standpoint. You are a very giving person, and in most cases, what I've learned are individuals that are constantly giving. There's a point where they had to learn to stop giving. At what age did you learn to stop giving when it was not beneficial, and you can tell that someone was siphoning your energy or in a sense, using you?
That's good.
And we're talking about any energy dynamic.
Any energy?
Any relationship dynamic.
Any imbalance. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I would say
You want to come back to it?
Mm-mm,
Okay.
She got
mm-mm.
it.
Okay.
48. I was
Okay.
48.
Well, you was 48, so a little bit. So 48. What was significant about 48 for you?
I don't, I can't pin.
You feeling uncomfortable?
No, you know, it's my belief. Now I'm going to take it to relationships,
Go
intimate,
for it.
male,
Yeah.
female, intimate
Go
relationships.
for it.
You need to have your heart broken at least 3 times.
And for
By
what?
by the time you've had your heart broken 3 times, you know absolutely what you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
You may not know all of what you want,
Mm-hmm.
but you know what you don't want.
Yeah.
So then when it shows up in that 3 months, if it shows up the first month, there's no point in spending any more time.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's one thing, I'm gonna tell you something I have to tell my son.
Yeah.
This is a little different. Okay, if you have a foot fetish, you like feet.
We don't shame kinks.
I don't know if
we don't
you
shame kinks here.
Right.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
say if
go
you
ahead.
have a foot fetish.
I got
this
you.
is
Go
an
ahead.
example of
Mhm.
okay, you have a foot fetish, and you see somebody and they're fine, and you look at their toe, and that big toe is ugly. It's a no. I don't care if they got everything else going on. It's a no.
I hear what she's saying clearly.
If you see someone,
you know what you want, you what you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you see someone and you look at that big toe and that big toe does not bother you.
That's it. Okay.
Now, so if you see somebody, if I see somebody across the room, they see me, I see them. It's certain things, if I see it from, and you can feel it from across the room.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can't see a certain thing, if I can't see intimacy, it's a no.
I find that interesting because we got checklists. Well, that's funny. We got checklists nowadays on what we need and what we don't need. So when I look at any type of relationship, I look at it from a quantitative standpoint, all of the checkbox, all of the things that they need, as well as the qualitative check, point. That means how I feel and what I feel like when I'm around that person. And a lot of times I'll go back to it. We've gotten into this divide to where we are so disconnected that we're no longer appreciating the fact of being in the same room or connecting or being intimate with another person as it relates to, it has nothing to do about sex, but just like the exchanging of energy. And I think this is something that, based off of our community, that is a part of us, going downhill. And this is something that I stand by, that we need to do more communing. We need to do more togetherness. And it's not about jealousy. It's not about sex. It's literally about the exchanging of energy that allows you to be a whole person. Now, Shadae and I have this conversation all the time. All the time, that despite who this person is, there's this thing that happens and you can deny it. But if you attempt to, sequester yourself or separate yourself or deny yourself, you're going to have a hard time. Did you want to add something to that?
Oh, well, if you serve someone else before you serve yourself, you're going to resent them 100% of the time.
Okay.
It's not partial. So we think it is because we honor being selfless and doing certain things, but you can serve self and serve someone else. It's when you serve someone before you that causes resentment. It's when you dishonor parts of you to honor someone else. It's when the exchange is, I'm giving up something for you that I haven't even considered for myself.
Right.
I don't think we understand that until you have the whole person, until the love is, like when they say love your neighbor like you love thyself, the thyself is the baseline, not the neighbor.
Yeah.
And we mix that up. So we get to how we treat other people and we don't even assess if we've taken care of ourselves well. Are we serving ourselves well? Have we taken care of what it is that I need to feel good with you first? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm glad. Because we've had this discussion. And what came to me a little bit, and I'm gonna let Barbara jump in. What came to me is that we are literally talking about the spirit.
Correct.
And far too often far too often, the spirit or the concept of the spirit is bastardized by certain aspects. One of them are religion. One of them are new age individuals that, go around throwing around terms. But we're literally talking about the spirit, which is the who you are. So I'm going to pop it over to Barbara. What did you have to say?
Uh, you were talking the same thing.
Mhm.
Another, when you think about spirituality and the person and them, how them being grounded, one of the things is the voice. You're talking to someone, same thing if it was a relationship or friendships or whatever. If that voice the voice is like a tuning fork.
Yep.
And if it's disruptive, especially, it's going to be a voice that you have to hear all the time.
Yeah.
Because who you are inside, your feelings, your emotions, it's going to come out in your voice.
Yeah.
And so that's another, other than the first one, then the second one, if everything over there is okay, and when we talk and you're not tuning, it's
back when I had a client, because when we were talking about voices, the first thing popped in my head is a client that was physically abused, and her abuser would grab her by a throat. And so when I would work with her, when it would get tough for her, I would visibly see her lessening her voice. And I would ask her, what are you going through? And what she would say is, I'm having, like, it's caught up right here, because that's where the abuser would grab her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's hard to speak truth when you have felt like consequences come with your truth. So when you feel like you can't speak, meaning I just can't be. And sometimes speaking is being. So the physical aspect of speaking truth is actually talking out loud.
Right.
But the feminine or the non-physical aspect is just existing as one's being, and it's okay. So
yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of speaking that is really negative towards women, but it's a lot of speaking that is really negative towards Black and brown relationships, period. And is really disheartening. We already did that in August, so I'm not going to get to that. If I get back to this concept of spiritual growth, or I get back to protecting one's spirit, when you look at you and some of the practices that you have, what are some of the things that you do to protect yourself as well as to strengthen yourself in your spirit?
Well, the first thing, I don't think in terms of protecting myself, because what you think about, you speak about, and then it becomes that.
Right.
Okay, so is the fear thing is not there. I don't know if you've heard of the water molecule studies. Have you ever heard of those? You've heard of them?
Yeah.
So I was introduced to that in 98. So one of the things that I do every it's even written on my water tank. I am peace.
Yeah.
And I have seen the difference. I am peace. And it's because if you don't have peace,
you don't have nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have food, you're not at peace. If you don't have shelter, you're not at peace. For me, peace covers everything.
Okay.
And then trees. So, I was born on a sharecropping farm, and we played in the woods. So I will go if something is going on with me, and then on a regular basis, I go to the woods. I'm sitting down under a tree. And I just sit with that tree, and I ask, what you got to share with me? And I pay attention to what comes in my head.
Yeah. I think a lot of times when people hear that, they're looking for some complex way of getting to something.
Well, we complicate a lot of things in human culture.
Because it is, if you go on social media, there's so many complicated ways to get back to spirit, where I heard you just simply going outside and just existing, just walking around. For me, a lot of times just walking is how I, get fulfilled. Also communing. I say that all the time. And a lot of people, look at me, they be like, what do you mean by communing? Literally doing this. That's why this is my therapy. That's why this here, what I do fills me up. And this is part of my own self-care. What you got, Shadae, before we jump and grab a commercial?
I wanted to piggyback on the water, what she was speaking to and how powerful that is. And I wish I used to know the name of the study and the YouTube video to look up, but they were testing like with would water look like frozen,
Mhm.
and like if you
Mhm.
spoke certain words
Yep.
to it and
Mhm.
how it would change in its
Yep.
setup and its dynamic. It also speaks to how significant it is. I know people that will pray over their water before consuming it
Mhm.
because it has so much life. So you speak life into what you're
Yep.
taking in. So that's all just really simple but amazing gems to have
Let
in
me
your day to
also
day.
add that. Oh, you got something?
Well, and just think about it, because
Hmm.
in relation, we can go back to the fact that we're cosmetologists.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we were colonized in America, we didn't see ourselves as ugly.
No, we
Of
didn't.
course, there's some tribes had their own particular state of beauty,
Yeah.
but that's just them. But
Yeah.
we didn't think our big lips, our noses, or
Mhm.
we didn't think that.
Right.
Hmm.
Um, when I was a little girl, the earth was 95% water, and
Mhm.
then you were 95% water.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay. So now here we are as beautiful Black women,
Hmm.
and we're looking and we're like, we're complaining about our hips, our lips, our dark skin.
Hmm.
And we just talked about the water molecule studies.
Hmm.
One of the studies they did where they took where you could actually see it,
Mhm.
Hmm.
where unless if I don't have a microscope, I can't see what they're
Of
talking about.
course.
Like you
Yeah.
just, but
Yeah.
if you took jars of rice and put water in them,
Yep.
and then you put
Yeah.
ugly words on
Yep.
it,
Yeah.
and then like you might put hate on one or
Hmm.
ugly or whatever,
Hmm.
and love on the other,
Mhm.
you can actually see the speed in which the rice
Yep.
starts to molt.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now
And the
let's
love will sustain
exactly.
longer and longer as you speak to it.
Now
Mhm.
let's
Yeah.
think about that.
As you say
I'm
it.
I'm
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
water, right?
So
No,
what you
I'm
say?
water.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
everything I'm saying about myself,
That's right.
I am really deteriorating my health.
Hmm.
Y-
Hmm.
yes. Keep
You see
Yep.
what I'm
going.
saying?
We
Yep.
got to
Yeah,
jump to a
Yep.
yeah,
commercial, but go
that's
ahead. No,
fine.
I
Yeah,
know
you're
what you're
just
saying.
you're destroying yourself.
Yeah.
And then not
Absolutely.
only your physical body, but your mental health as well.
The other
Absolutely.
part about that is people believe that simple affirmations are the
Hmm.
key, but belief
But
that what you're saying to yourself is the precursor
yep,
to those affirmations working.
it is.
Mhm.
And so I tend to, when I'm working with someone, and I'm gonna get to a quick commercial. When I'm working with someone, we look up everything. It's Socratic. And I looked
Hmm.
up affirming and I said, you do know what affirming mean. They looked it up. And they said, well, I don't do affirmations. I said, I don't believe so. In this moment that I've been working with you, you've negatively affirmed everything in your life,
Hmm.
which means you believe in affirmations. You just don't understand
How they work.
how they work. And so
Yeah.
educating my clients on how affirming works
Yes.
from a verbal standpoint and from a belief standpoint is usually the key in getting them to switch from a negative mindset of talking about themselves
Hmm.
to a more healthy mindset of talking about themselves. So we're gonna jump on the other side. Anything before I jump out?
I
No?
was I was about to say I used to help people work on affirmations and that only the ones that they can believe.
Yeah.
And we talked about the body testing.
Hmm.
So I would have them say it in front of me
Hmm.
to see what they actually did believe and we would get to the ones that actually felt like, "Oh, okay, I could get with that." And sometimes it was just the way you framed it
Yep. To
that
help
made them
them.
believe
Yeah,
what they
exactly.
were saying.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna
yeah,
take a
that's
quick break, and
good.
on the other side, we got a special guest, and I got a story about a play that he's actually saying. This is Unapologetic on WOVU 95.9 FM. Welcome back, Unapologetic. Like I said, we got a special guest that goes along with what we're actually talking about. So everybody's mic is hot.
Hello, hello. Are we
Hey,
good?
Yeah,
Adam,
I'm here.
how you doing, bro?
I'm
Say your
doing
full name
good. My
again,
name is Adam Blackstone. I'm happy to be here in the land.
What's up? What's up?
Visiting my great friend Shadae, and happy to be on the show.
And
I'm
why are you
listening to
here
y'all.
right now?
Yes, we are here promoting Hell's Kitchen, a Broadway play that is produced by my boss Alicia Keys. We are starting our tour here in Cleveland next week, opening night on the 10th down at the Theater District. So excited for the opening of Hell's Kitchen starting right here in Cleveland.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I told Sade this.
Yeah.
So just like I said when I said in the monologue, I don't for some reason I couldn't figure out what I wanted to talk for this show.
Mhm.
And so
Y'all
Sade,
talking deep though.
right.
I'm listening. Like,
Sade was
yeah.
talking and she was like, "Hey, I got this friend and such," and I'm listening to her and I'm driving, I'm listening to her, because I called her and was like, "Yo, this is what we doing, this is what we
Yeah.
got, blah blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah." And so I was like, she was talking, she was telling me about you, and the whole time in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, she doesn't know this story. She doesn't know the story. So
Mm-mm.
just so that you know, when I was going through graduate school, this is around the time that I met you.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that I suffered from attention struggles.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that I had already got kicked out of University of Akron. And I
Mm.
knew I wanted this degree. And I studied neuroscience at the time in my graduate degree. So I would go up to the Cleveland, Cleveland Library. And I found a song that I play over and over and over again. And it was Alicia Keys' Diary.
Wow.
To the point, like if you listen to the melody,
Yeah.
and I'm a singer, but I don't do that no more, and I don't understand the whole music thing.
Right. Did you know about that? He just mentioned that.
So
We'll work on that.
right. So
Yeah.
what I would do, whatever the melody was in that song, Diary, and it would go over, and my brain would just tune in, and I would just write, and I wrote every piece of graduate, you know, papers
Mm-hmm.
on that song
Wow.
and studied at Cleveland Marshall's Library. And I got my degree, but I got a couple other ones. But that's besides the point.
Amazing. Yeah, that's an incredible song, man. I think that melody is so right away.
Yeah.
You can pick it out.
Mhm.
It means so many different things, and even the lyric content alone
Yeah.
allows for what I'm hearing you all say is safety.
Yeah.
You know
Mhm.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Whether that be in relationships with your man or woman, or
Right.
a lot of times she has written in a place with her relationship with mother,
Right.
father,
Exactly.
grandparents, brother, sister, whatever it may be. But you know, the overlining um theme of that song is safety, and I think the melodic structure
Mhm.
allows us to feel that no matter if you're
Yeah.
writing a dissertation,
Yeah.
going to school, or
Yeah.
just, you know, going to church, whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you can look at that song as God
It was amazing. It's
speaking
amazing.
to us. Just, you know, I won't tell you secrets, you
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
think of me of the pages in your diary.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need that belief system. Sometimes we need someone to reaffirm that how we feel
Yeah.
is valid,
Yeah.
and then it's safe to speak about it
Yeah.
in that way. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That.
that's a powerful
Yeah.
song.
So I just sprung it on there. Yeah, I sung for about 15 years.
Mhm.
I was a
Professionally?
bass. I won, huh?
Professionally?
No, well,
Well,
we
I
had
mean-
a singing group called Perfect Harmony. It was me, Walt, and Olorette, and we did have the opportunity to sign at one point with Gerald Levert, but that was during the time that he was doing some nefarious things, and I was still in high school, so
Yeah.
it was
Who was
Shout
doing
out
the
to the
nefarious
family
thing?
member.
Gerald Levert,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. So you're here.
Yes.
You're here as a part of just this series. Tell us about what you do
Yes, no problem.
specifically,
For those that
and
don't know.
for those that don't know.
Yeah, I am blessed to probably be known most as the musical director for some of your favorite artists: Justin Timberlake, Rihanna, Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre. I did the last few Super Bowls, and I was blessed to win an Emmy for Best Musical Direction for the Dr. Dre Super Bowl.
Yep.
Mhm.
I won my first Grammy this past year for
Mhm.
Best
Yeah.
Musical Theater Album for Hell's Kitchen.
Yes.
And we got 13 Tony nominations, so I'm working on that Oscar right now, you know, to try to get this EGOT together.
I
And
know that's right.
God has just
Yeah.
been really, really good, and
Yeah.
and never in my wildest dreams as a child growing up. Anyway, from New Jersey and moved to Philly pretty early.
Yeah.
So East Coast boy, and you know, God just continues to blow my mind, and I'm just thankful for the gift of music to communicate in the way that I do.
Yeah.
It's hard out here for people of color. And it's even harder out here for a black man.
Yeah.
When I walked onto Broadway, the street,
Yeah.
they were looking at me crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And saying, oh, that's the hip hop guy, or that's the R&B guy, or whatever it means. I've been the gospel guy, whatever. And so I'm super thankful to Alicia and the entire company, because we do have allies there that don't look like us.
Yeah.
That allowed me to implement what I consider my magic, my humble magic, into the arena of Broadway. And here we are thriving and starting our tour show here in Cleveland at the State Theater.
Congratulations.
Our
I appreciate Spirit, because like I said, all this came about as I had no clue that we were going to do this. And, you know, months when I asked you to be here. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring, exactly. We're going to bring in my wife that does, you know, the not midday. What is it that you do, Joy? She does the community message. And so as you Well, there she go. If anybody is on YouTube, you can
Hi,
see. The
Miss
only one you
Joy.
can't see is my man Al.
It's all good.
What's going on, Joy? How you feeling, babe?
Hey, how are
Oh,
you?
wow. We can't. Okay, give me a minute. We're gonna do this again. All right, let's see.
Unless
Joy, you
wanna
there?
come over and share
I
my-
am here.
All right, you there?
I'm here.
All right, what's up, Joy? How you doing? You see all
I'm
this
good.
funness I'm having while you at the
Yeah, so they
house?
can see.
How
Yes,
you feel about that?
relaxing.
You said what?
Relaxing, yes.
You're relaxing. Okay.
hmm
All right. So we got our community message. What is it today that you got to offer to our community before they kick us out? I done already been messed up with the music. So what you gonna do before they kick? What you gonna give the community before they kick us out? Go for it.
Well, the way I've been kind of listening in, it sounds like a lot of what we're talking about is energy today. And, it sounds like what we kind of decided on the definition is that energy is the invisible current that powers your thoughts, emotions, and actions and presence. And it's how you show up in the world. Is that about accurate?
That is about accurate. What you got?
So it's the vibe that people feel when you walk into a room, and it's the feel behind your creativity, your resilience, and your joy. So the four different types of energy are physical energy, how rested, nourished, and active your body feels. Mental energy, your clarity, focus, and ability to process and solve. Emotional energy, your capacity to feel, connect, and empathize. And your spiritual energy, to sense of purpose, alignment, and inner peace. So this week, I'd love for our listeners to notice how each one of those show up in their lives. Notice which of those energies feel strong and steady, and which ones feel low, neglected, or out of sync. And choose the one that needs more care. Then gently commit to nurturing it throughout the week, whether that means resting your body, clearing your mind, opening your heart, or reconnecting with your purpose. Small intentional shifts can lead to powerful renewal. Let this week be your week of realignment and restoration.
Oh, look at that. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and tell everybody where they can get your book and what's the name of your book.
The name of my book is Finding Your Best Self, a guide to comprehensive mental health and understanding your mental health. I will also be on October 11th, Saturday, at Cleveland Clinic South Point for the Domestic Women's Month program that they're having. And I'll be there selling my book as well as speaking with other speakers regarding mental health and women's issues. So again, that's at Cleveland Clinic, South Point Hospital on October 11th. Starts from 9 to 2.
Like I tell everybody, I married up. So that is Joy King. You can see Joy, I see you later. Appreciate
All right.
you.
Love
Love
you,
you.
babe. Bye.
Bye. All right, so we got to close out. We got about 4 minutes. I'm bringing everybody back in. Hold on. Let's see. All right, everybody back in. All right. Any last bit of nuggets? Adam, I appreciate you coming out, man. We got about
Thank you for having me, man. I don't think a lot of people know how important this young woman is and how she is a ball of energy that is just positivity of all times. And she helped name my album just by her words of affirmation that we were speaking about. And I was just like, man, those words ring so incredible to me. And then she breaks it down, and just to see her community here, to hear you speak. And it means a lot to our culture to have you guys in such a positive space.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Shadae, you got something you want to add or no?
Yeah, go check out Humble Magic, Adam's new album, his second solo album out here, doing amazing with some incredible artists. So I know some of the names, but I think you should tell them who was on this album with you.
Yes, I'm blessed to have Fantasia, Queen Latifah, Trombone Shorty,
New Orleans special.
New Orleans royalty, and so many other amazing, gifted, and talented musicians and singers. Keon Harold is on there. Jamar Jones. We're coming up into an incredible season of where jazz, which I feel like is the oldest American art form of
I love
our
that.
music,
I love jazz, man.
allows us to be cool again. It never went away, but I'm trying to make sure that it preserves the right to just be that thing and allow people to know the foundation that all of our music has derived from spirituals and jazz. So thankful to be here. Go check out Humble Magic. And again, Cleveland, please come out to the State Theater. Hell's Kitchen is here. My partner Alicia Keys is going to be in town real soon. And man, we should see what we can do. And
Joy
see what we
says
can
she
do.
actually gonna be there, but if you can get,
Okay. Yeah, no, let's talk. Let's talk. If
we
Joy's
can
gonna
talk
be,
about it.
if Joy's gonna be there, we got to make something happen.
Yeah,
So,
Joy said she's gonna be there.
We'll
Barbara,
make it happen.
Barbara, we got about 1 minute. I really appreciate you. You just don't understand what you mean. Like in my life, like you just don't get how you connect and all this. And behind the scenes, you need some clinics.
I really seriously, I need some clinics.
You're just an amazing person, and you just don't understand all of the things that you've done to me just by that first day looking at me and be like, "Who are you? And what you doing here?" And we invited me over, and I said, "All yes, you did.
Oh.
Yes, you did.
And I wasn't
Not in a
even me.
negative way.
No,
It wasn't a
but
negative
I wasn't
way.
even me.
No,
You know what I'm? No,
I understand.
when I'm me.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you, and you just don't know how much you are, just valuable to me. And like Shadae says, and like Joy knows, you are someone that started me 25 years ago when I started this journey of enlightenment, and 20 years ago when I met you. I couldn't be here, so I appreciate you. I love you. All right, everybody, we got to be up out of here. Go see Hell's Kitchen. You can find this on Unapologetic on YouTube. Let's see, on Friday. What else I got? That's all I got. All right, I'll see y'all next week.